Okay, sorry about that. Back again. I had some technical difficulties with the internet. It sort of cut out and it sort of stopped streaming. But listen, let's look again at the transfer news linking us with players. Um, and the first one I want to talk about is Upamencano, Daya Upamencano. It's been reported that from the Express that Arsenal are seriously eyeing a bid for 50 million to possibly bring him in January. This can be rumours as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm only just reporting on it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, but it's nice to see that we are linked with this kind of player. He is a good player. He's 21 years old, as I said, playing for Leipzig, who are currently top of the league, and he's their best defender. We tried going in for him last summer, but I don't know if I can't remember if we bid for him, but we didn't obviously get it over the line. So there's talk about us going in for a 50 million bid in January, but personally speaking, I can't see it happening. Leipzig are not going to let him go for that kind of money. You know, I think to prize this kind of player away, especially when he's playing Champions League, it's really more about us paying the 70 mil plus, 70 mil upwards. And if we do that, it is something that we'd probably have to do in the summer, where his price might drop a bit, but then we risk the possibility of losing him to the likes of a Barcelona, and there's going to be other clubs sniffing him out. So that's the story concerning Upamencano, that we're linked with him with a 50 million possible 50 million bid in January. If it happens, then brilliant. But if not, then we just wait till the summer. But we are in desperate need of a centre back with the likes of Holding, just coming back from injury. You've got Chambers is out for the season. Mustafi, who was meant to be going to Galatasaray, that doesn't seem to be happening. Looks like he's going to end up staying now, and the chances are he'll probably end up going in the summer. But it looks like we're going to keep him for now, and we just got to work with what we've got. I mean, he didn't have a bad game yesterday, so it is what it is. But we're definitely looking to we need to really strengthen that defence. It's absolutely depleted at the moment. And then talking about defence, we talked about Levin Kazawa, left back from PSG, 27 years old. It looks like we're signing up a 5-year deal with this player, and it looks like it's coming to fruition now, and the deal is pretty close. Probably have him signed possibly by the end of the actual transfer window. Do we take him in the summer on a free, or do we try and get him in now for 6 mil plus? You've got, what's his name, Kieran Tierney, who's out with shoulder injury, and then you've also got Kolasinac, who's kind of in and out at the side at the moment. He's obviously had a muscle injury to his leg, and I think also his hip is also giving him problems. So he's kind of in and out of the team at the moment. So we are we do need cover. I'm not going to say that we do need cover, because you've got Saka that's covering that place, and Arteta's come out and said, look, we've got in that area of defence, in the left back area, especially, and in the right back area, we've got two midfielders playing in that area, so we're very, very much short on that. Bellerin is also coming back from a long-term injury. He hasn't featured yet. I don't know when he's going to feature, but at the moment, you've got Maitland-Niles holding down that spot, and then Saka coming in and filling in when Kolasinac is out injured. So do we get this guy now? We're paying. We're gonna end up giving him a 5-year deal, which, boy, it seems like a long deal, but that's what Arsenal are doing. That's how they're operating at the moment. But we're also linked with another player, another left back, and that's Konstantinos Tsimikas, 23-year-old left back from Olympiacos. There's a possibility that we could be going in to bid for him. I think his price is about 17 mil. Now, looking at, he's a much younger player than Kazawa. He's going to have more playing time, and in terms of if he was to do well with Arsenal, then he'll have a better selling on fee. He, from what I've heard and the little bits that I've seen of him, he's a very attacking minded defender, and also, but he can also defend as well. He can definitely defend as well. He's very quick, very rapid, and I thought for the kind of game that Arteta wants, I think he would definitely suit us. He's got the legs. This Lavin Kazawa guy, he's probably, after about 3 years, he's gonna lose his legs, in terms of that speed and everything. So I think this geezer, Tsimikas, would definitely suit Arsenal. Would we go in and bid for him now, or again do we wait until the summer? It seems like everything that we're doing now seems to be all centered around loan deals. And I just don't know why Arsenal have not got the money to be kind of buying a player outright. 17 mil. If you think the guy's good and he's rapid, why not? I think we're even going to be playing them in the Europa League, so we'll get a better look at him. Hope he doesn't tear us up, but we may get him before we end up playing him. I don't know. As I say, we'll just have to wait and watch his space concerning him. So with the left back situation, that is, we're looking at 2 left backs. We've already got 2 that are out injured. We don't know what the future of Kolasinac is going to be. Will he be with us come the summer? And if we have got this deal sewn up with Kazawa, what does that mean for the likes of Kolasinac? We're definitely not going to be getting rid of Kieran Tierney, because he's a sort of player that will suit definitely Arteta's style, and he's not back until late March, obviously with that injury to his shoulder. So on that front, it looks like we're going to get Kazawa, but there's talk about us being linked with this Tsimikas. So again, let's watch this space and see what happens. And lastly, we're still in talks with Bruno Guimaraes, who plays for Atletico Paranaense, 22-year-old defensive midfielder. He's priced around about 21 to 25 mil. That's what his club has actually valued him at. Benfica, I believe, has had a thing. I think they had a bid declined from his parent club, and it looks as if they want 21, 25 mil upwards, and it looks like that bid that they had put in for it has been rejected. I know Chelsea are also in for him, or are looking at him, as well as Arsenal. I know we are in talks. Edu definitely is in talk with his representatives in London, and I think having that Brazilian connection may help us possibly get the deal over the line. It could be a possibility we'll be getting him in this January window. We don't know what's happening behind closed doors. It might be that they're talking about bringing him in come the summer. You've got Lucas Torreira, who is really stepped up his game and is really the Lucas Torreira that first came to Arsenal, and is doing really well under Arteta. And this Bruno Guimaraes, is young, is maybe going to be the one that comes in for cover, because I just think the likes of Xhaka and Guendouzi, for me, box-to-box player, not defence-minded, and so he's still got to progress and develop under Arteta, and hopefully Arteta can get his ideas over to Guendouzi, and to just make him a better player. So Bruno Guimaraes, chances are we may possibly get him. If not in the January, then it looks like we'll get him in the summer. Other than that, there's not much more to talk about concerning transfer. and hoping that tomorrow we'll have some news concerning any new stories, especially when it comes to a centre back. We definitely need to be sorting out a centre back. For me, centre back is absolutely important. Even a right back, we need cover for a right back, because Ainsley Maitland-Niles is not a right back, even though he's doing his best at that position. But we really do need to get cover in that right back position. Bellerin's been out for a good while, and he hasn't really hit the heights of before he got injured. He's not really, he's lost his pace and just doesn't look like the Bellerin of old. And so we have some big decisions to make in this January window, and also come the summer. We need to, as I say in my earlier transfer talk, not transfer talk, it was when I was talking about the preview game, Chelsea. I was saying that we really need to sort out, getting back into the Champions League, or even trying to win the Europa to attract those elite players. Because at the moment, the players that we're getting in currently are not doing the job, and I just feel that, talking with my mate, we are a mid-table side at the moment. The reality of it is that we are a mid-table side, and the players that we're getting in, or the players that we've currently got, Arteta can't do too much with them. He might get a little bit out of them, but a lot of these players are just not good enough for the club. And so, come the summer, we are looking at some major clear-outs, and the likes of Ozil, the likes of Granit Xhaka, he may be staying with us until the end of the season. Then we think about getting in better players in those positions to push the club and to push the team on for the future. Listen, please like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be bringing you another Transfer Daily tomorrow, and that will be in the evening. This one is coming to you quite late because I was out all day today, and so I'm just getting the content out now. So please, again, like, subscribe, and share, and enjoy the content. Listen, I'm out of here. God bless.